Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
What's up, boys and girls? How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, the book. Matt Perrault, the Bostonian. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book and on X Twitter, replayed on Sirius XM, channel 159, and on Sports Grid TV each and every night, 6 times a week, basically. We are 10 p.m. Pacific time, you late night owls. How are you? 1 a.m. Eastern time. We are late today live because of me. I apologize. All you guys in the chat, very funny. Okay. The roast of Matt Perrault is going on in the chat. Okay. I'm not here to take it. I'm not Tom Brady today, but I feel like it in the chat. My goodness gracious. Can you guys have a little decorum, please? Just a little. Okay. She just got here. Like literally just got here. Like, calm down. Okay. Everybody just take a breath and calm
Question
down.
everybody wants to know is, do you have pants on right now?
I have shorts on right now. Yes.
Okay, just making
I have
sure.
pants on. Yes. Although I could do a show without pants on. That would be perfectly fine. Emerson did a show without pants on. Why can I do a show without pants on?
Why does Emerson catch it?
Because he did. He admitted to me one day. He was like, I did the show with you without any pants on. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, why do I need pants? I don't need pants. We got a lot to get to on the show today, but you're wearing the Royals gear today, Dave. So what is the deal with the Royals? Why?
Oh, Royals they opened last night as a small favorite, and
right,
the betting market has spoken, and the Angels somehow are favored already. And I said, JC from KC represents. He's here on the show every day. Hits the like button. He's already subscribed. If you guys are watching the show live, do both if you can. Tell one other person about it. And the Royals got to get love. This is one of those things that kind of in the midst of all these sports and all these things, there's teams that you can bet on,
right,
that nobody may know about or very few people know about. It's a standalone game tonight. Walker and Detmers. I said I'm breaking out the Bo Jackson because Bo knew.
Dave is hopping on the Royals train, JC. Yes, he's hopping on it, definitely.
I've been on a Royals train.
I have too. This year, I'm with you, JC. I'm pulling for the Royals. I think they're a really fun team. Lugo's been really, really good. Obviously, Reagan's has been tremendous at the top of the rotation. The lineup is hitting. I mean, Witt's arguably one of, if not, you can make a case for young, talented stars in the American League. He's one of, if not the most exciting player.
Absolutely.
What he's got the potential for him to go and do it. So we'll see. Thursday night standalone game. Yeah, I would agree. The lights aren't too bright. Hopefully not for the Royals. We'll see.
I mean, let's be honest. There's not going to be, with all the hockey and the basketball and everything, there ain't going to be a lot of people watching this game, but that's okay. There's betting opportunities all the time.
Right.
And baseball is on every day.
Don't you think that it's a standalone, so it's maybe not the right way of saying it, but like when everyone's watching the playoffs, isn't it better to bet a baseball game on a Thursday? Like the market's going to be much different, right?
Tell people that all the time.
It's, bet what people aren't watching. Don't bet what people are watching. The books know that. So they're going to be more inclined to have a number that's more sharp or a more aggressive move than it may be when it comes to a number on a baseball game or a first 5 total.
I can tell you this, the razor blades like to do that. They like to zig when you're in the book and all of a sudden you get blip, you get a little, alert that pops up on your screen. Where'd that come from? Or somebody walks into the book and little max play comes in on something. Yeah, it'll probably be on the Royals and Angels over today, something like that. But we'll have all of that.
By the way, have you gone outside yet today?
Yeah.
It's freezing. What is going on?
Really? I mean,
what is going on? It's May. It's freezing.
It's that this is the last blowout probably before the hot comes. But it is, it's a little, it's brisk. It's not freezing.
It's 55 degrees outside.
It kind of feels good.
In May.
Yeah.
Like
it's
what?
just the wind won't stop. The wind is just exceptional.
You and my daughter, I feel horrible for the both of you because
I can't take it.
Her nose won't stop. She can't stop sneezing. Like she is constantly, she's drugged up on Zyrtec and Claritin and everything else and just won't stop.
It won't stop. It's absolutely terrible. I haven't been able to sleep all week. I've been messed up. Yep. The dog threw up yesterday. She's got something. The dog has something going on.
Oh, no.
With her eyes. And all of a sudden, every time we let her outside, she's coming and she can't do it. Kendall's fighting it too. Me and Kendall are a lot alike, which is good right now. I hope it's good for her later. I'm not sure. But yeah, the amount of stuff in the air.
So, Cal, I have literally voluntarily and willfully told you I am soft as Charmin when it comes to the weather now.
Oh,
there is no debating. You can you can call me a Californian, you can call me soft, call me whatever you want, because it's the truth. I am thin-blooded. I am a West Coaster, all the above. I walk outside and feel 55 and I go, what's going on? Like, this is brutal.
Yeah. It's, I wear a beanie every day.
Yeah.
In the house.
Your house is kept at 68 degrees. Even when it's like
all the time. Yeah. All the time. And, I'm going to mention that about my favorite thing about today later.
Of course you do, Deuce Daily. Yeah, 63 in Boston in May is like heavenly. That was the best time as a college kid. The best time was right now because everything, you've been cooped up all winter long, and now it's 60 degrees and you think it's 95 degrees.
Did you see Deuce Daly's avatar? He put the hat on his dog's head.
Yeah. It's been the way for a while. Yeah.
I love it. I didn't see it before. That's great.
Yeah.
Gotta get dog hats. Can dogs wear hats?
I don't know. Can dogs wear hats? They can wear hats, but will they wear hats? We are coming 1 week from today, guys. We are going to be in Chicago at the Over Under Bar. Tony, our friend from Bet Caddy, has been just like hammering me all morning with text messages. Like, he's so excited. He's got all these different ideas as to what's going to go on. He's so psyched to come on the show. He's psyched to talk about his product. We're excited to see them. Obviously, Circus Sports Illinois is going to be awesome. But the real cool thing about this is the number of you who are DMing and emailing and tweeting at us telling us you're coming to the show. Like, it's turning into like a roll call for the brigade in Chicago in person, which, again, we said it yesterday. I'll say it again. If you're there and you're a brigade member, you're on the show. We will put you on the show. So 100%, just raise your hand, say, Matt and Dave, I'm here from whatever headset, sit down. Let's go talk about you, the show, whatever you want, picks, plays, whatever you want to talk about.
That's the plan. We told everybody when they came for the Super Bowl and the March Madness shows that we did at Resorts World, I kept telling everybody, if you show, you're on the show. Offer stands for Chicago. Got the good news yesterday that Daniel G and Mrs. Daniel G are booking. They booked the stay. They're coming from Detroit.
Yep.
So Mrs. Daniel G.
Pierre, do we have any hats left? Are we bringing hats? What's the hat protocol for Thursday?
The hat situation will be completely taken care of by the end of this weekend.
Okay.
I'm
no, he wants to come. He wants to come to the show to get a hat. He's saying.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to try to have them all done and readily available there, like we did for the shows here. I'm working on something that would kind of represent Chicago and us being there.
I already made the Cubs version. The BBB Cubs version already got made, so we already have the template. It's already there.
Little problem with the inventory, that color. That's the problem.
Oh, no blue. Okay.
I've been searching.
Okay.
In the midst of,
Roger, I have no idea. I've never been to the bar. I don't know. What's the park? It's Chicago. It's a city. I'm guessing it's street parking only. Maybe kind of like fight for your own would be my guess. Is that fair?
Ooh.
I don't know how parking.
Oh, my man Corbin is watching the show right now in the chat and said, I got hat colorways for you, Dave. I'll text you later. I love this man. He sent me a clip of the show that I will send you. He clipped the show. It is so funny. I watched it 10 times. I don't even realize I say half the caca I say. True. And then you froze. It's absolute gold. I said, oh, freeze face, this, that. But, oh, the hat looks good. All just together. About 3-second clip. It's getting posted, Corbin. I'll be by to see you. Yes, we're going to come up with something. So, yes, if you come.
We don't have a Blackhawk model yet. We have a Cubs and a Bears that have been made.
The Bears is I've seen it, but I haven't done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of thinking you need 2 models.
It's right there.
The Bears model?
Cubs and Bears. Bears
People
is on the right.
Aren't sure about the white. The white gets dirty.
But they don't. Maybe they've got. But that's a Bears dark blue.
Yes.
And a Bears orange.
Yes.
And a Cubs blue with the Cubs red.
Yes.
With the $ in red and the white V.
Yes.
So those are the colors. That's TJ and Cecilia who are in Chicago. That's Wrigley Field, where we will be hopefully on Friday.
The website for Over Under says street parking. Thank you, Whitrock.
Appreciate that. I would think it's probably only. I mean, just looking at, I've seen enough pictures of this. Looks like Boston. I mean, like this bar. This looks like a really cool Boston sports bar to me. So I'm super psyched. So almost always in Boston, it's street parking or parking lot parking somewhere. You know, wherever in the area you can find.
Right.
There's no like parking at the bar.
No, I don't think so. But
oh, look at that! Football guy says that Lids makes a hat spray.
Yes.
Oh.
Just like we don't really have to worry about that out here. The way we wear hats in the weather that we have here, I'm more worried about the sweat marks and all.
Fair, I get that. All that's yes. Right? I wash this once every 2 months to keep the hat white.
Yeah. That's the thing. And I mean, we have this hat doctor.
How does One Snap know where this place is? Has he been there before? He's coming. One Snap is coming to the bar, but it's across from the Chicago Fire Department. I didn't know that. That's cool.
One Snap Bombi has a job already. He's coming. He has a job at the live show. I'm not going to give everybody jobs, but Bonvi stepped up, volunteered, and he will be there making sure that, things stay the way they're supposed to stay while we're doing the show. If you know what I'm saying. BVB security detail.
We are taking over, Daniel G. That's the point. Yes.
They ain't going to know. They're going to be like, who are these guys? What?
And so, Vegas? And Tony asked me a question too, because this is to reiterate. So the show is on from 3 until 5. We recognize that 3 until 5 Central Time is a little bit difficult for folks who want to go to an after work drink. Okay. Don't look at it like that. The show will be on live from 3 until 5, but we're not going to go anywhere. Like we're sleeping over. My flight's on Friday night. So we're not going anywhere. Right. Dave may stay even longer than that. So come to the bar at whatever time you can. 3, 6, 7:30. The Cub game, we're going to watch the Cub game and live bet the Cub game while it's going on at the over-under bar. Yeah. So we're not going anywhere. There's no any shows behind us. There's nowhere we have to go. So don't look at like, oh man, I can't make this show. If you want to come say hi and hang out, I mean, to be honest with you, you'll have probably more fun after the show than during the show because we can't talk to you during the show. We can talk to you after the show.
Right.
So it's a party. The show is just a piece of the party.
Exactly.
So come on by. So Tony was asking me going like, what if somebody wants to come at 5 o'clock? I was like, tell them to show up. We're not going anywhere. The game starts at 6:40. We wanted to be done at 5 o'clock in case people are going to the game. Want to give them time to stop by and then go to the game. And Rainmaker is letting the cat out of the bag. Which day does Paul Skeens pitch? Thursday or Friday?
Probably, if things line up the way they are right now, probably Thursday.
Which is
that night.
Crazy.
Which I was hoping it was Friday.
Right.
But I checked today as well this morning, and I was like, all right, if pitch is Saturday, there's no days off. The fifth day would be Thursday. So I'm hoping they give him an extra day's rest or something happens, and then we see him live on Friday. But if not, how cool would that be? Watching Skeens pitch in Chicago at a Chicago bar. I'll probably be top to bottom in the Pirates stuff.
Top to bottom? What's on the bottom for pirate stuff? You wearing like game pants? Like, what are you wearing for pants? It's on the bottom.
I would love to find actual game pants from back in the 70s. Those
stirrups on top of that. You going like full blown cleats, like
no cleats.
Halloween,
You can't wear cleats off the field. You cannot wear cleats off the field. It's you slip. It's hard.
David, a pirate Speedo would be
no Speedo. No Speedo. Not yet. We're not in that. We're not there yet. No Speedo. Zuba sweats. That's a great idea, Jimmy Jack. I love those Zuba sweats.
Of course you do. Of course.
They were the best. Are you kidding me?
Minus 500 that you would love those things.
I love those things back in the day. Oh, they were the best. I have Bear Zubas. Connor Winsky has Bear Zubas. Oh, my goodness. If anybody can find good Zubas now, please let me know where.
They stopped making those? Really?
I don't know. I'm anywhere I go now, I don't see them.
Gold sneakers? Oh, no. Oh, no, Nikki. Oh, no. AIDS check.
Nikki,
that's
an AIDS. Such a tremendous job here as associate producer of the show. Google the Zubas.
Yeah, that's an AIDS check thing. Yeah, they're not electric. They're absolutely horrible. They're
fantastic.
They're hammer pants that were designed by someone who's blind.
They're very stylish, comfortable, and make a
There are a lot of things. They're not stylish.
They're 100% stylish.
No, eBay. Butchie says eBay for Zubas. Really?
I'm not sure.
Game used?
Not sure about the used part of the Zubas, because when you wear the Zubas, they're for comfortable wear. You do
look out.
In the Zubas
yeah, I don't know.
Do with the dress pants.
God, can you imagine? How did we think that was good music? How did we one day think that You Can't Touch This and MC Hammer was good music?
I think it was. Did you use past tense?
You think it still is good music?
Oh my God!
What's wrong with you? That's wrong.
Too legit to quit?
So bad.
Are you
so bad?
You can't touch this.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful. Oh. It's horrific music.
I don't even know who you are right now.
Oh, it's so bad. It's such bad music. It's. Do you like actively like put that on when you get in the car? Do you like search MC Hammer and put MC Hammer on the car?
No, I just kind of let it happen. But when it does,
that's fine. Like, okay, like a throwback retro, like if DJ Thump plays it, okay, fine. But like, like get in the car and like go on Spotify and like, let's go play MC Hammer. Too legit to quit.
No, probably not. No.
Yeah, okay. No, there's no way. No one's doing that right now. There's no way.
There's people doing it.
Oh God. No, you can't. You just can't. No, Rainmaker, MC Hammer was not good. No, he was not. Sorry.
He was not. Still
good.
Is. I went and saw him here. Him, Tone Loc. I went to the MC Hammer show.
Oh my!
It was great.
Oh,
well, Hammer can't do it like he did.
No kidding. No kidding. That dance,
like
that dance, that like weird thing he would do. Like, what was that? It was horrible. That was one of those. Even back then, I was like, why do people like this? Like, what is the attraction to this? Like, what? Why are we like, at least like Digital Underground, you had like a fun beat and really fun lyrics and a guy with a goofy nose and a weird mink. Like that was like, I got the bit for that stuff. I never got the bit for MC Hammer. That was always like, it was on Total Request Live. It was like top 10 every day. I was like, what? Why people, who likes this stuff? Why?
I mean, lyrically, it was genius.
Genius.
My. You can't touch this. Music hits me so hard, makes me say, "Oh my Lord, thank you,
MC Hammer,
for blessing me with a mind to rhyme and 2 high feet." It feels good when you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the Oak Town, and I'm known as such. And this is a beat. You can't touch. Come on.
Genius. We're using the word genius. And by the way, Jimmy Jack, you should be put in timeout for that alone. I should go in the chat and put you in timeout just for
Vanilla
tweeting.
Ice is
just
a
for putting that.
Whole different thing.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
Better than Dropkick Murphys. Look out. You're gonna catch a hook from me coming around your head for that. Man. That's not even close, my friend. Come on now. Vanilla Ice is.
You've crossed the line.
I like Vanilla Ice as a person, though. Yes, it should be banned for life. I agree, Joe. But like, yeah, pretty loose term for genius. I agree, Contour. Yes, that's a pretty loose.
It's pretty loose. This show's loose. Listen, the show is loose.
Yeah, but you can't wear your hat backwards though, Dave. You know, you just can't.
You started a whole thing with that.
I just can't take you seriously. You put your hat on backwards, I can't take you seriously. You're not a real person.
A whole thing with
you're not an adult. No one can wear their hat on backwards and be an NBA executive. No, you can't be taken seriously then.
Can't do it. Won't do it.
What are we?
Can't
doing?
have them.
You look good like that. I like you like that. You look good like that.
I've been wearing it backwards since Ken Griffey Jr. I was wearing it backwards before Ken Griffey Jr.
Because if you put a mask on right now, you would look like something out of like a throwback. No, not that a mask, a catcher's mask. The catcher's mask. Because the old school guys used to wear a hat on backwards, fitted hat with a catcher's mask before they had the hard top.
Yep.
So you look like something out of 8 Men Out. Yeah, backwards hat kind of show. Yes, Nick, it's a backward hat kind of show. It's true. But I mean, JJ Redick, I just thought it was so great that JJ Redick and LeBron James roasted Colin Cowherd for that take. That was tremendous. I was like, that's exactly what you're supposed to do, is take that and dunk on him for making that comment. Jason McIntyre normally is a pretty, like, I like Jason. I've met him and talked to him, interviewed him many a times. I like him. It's hard when it's somebody else's show and you have to kind of go along with that. Like, I don't know if he would necessarily have gone along with that take if it was like you saying that, Dave, versus like Cowherd saying it. He had to like sit there and take that and be like, yeah, yeah. I was like, no. I was like, that's not something we can talk about, guys.
I've done a couple shows with J Mac.
You have, yes.
And I don't know, in that spot, sometimes it's like, whoa, what are you going to say? Stop.
Right. It's his show. You can't like correct him, but like, man, Cowherd, like, and it's so interesting because I made the analogy on Twitter, like I'm talking about, like, in case you don't know what we're talking about. Colin Cowherd said that JJ Redick, when he was interviewing LeBron James with his hat on backwards, can't be taken seriously as a legitimate NBA executive option because he wears his hat backwards. And LeBron was like, what? And JJ was like, they went after Cowherd on Twitter for it. But I was like, this is why people hate McAfee, because Pat wears a black tank top on TV. It's the same thing. Like, Pat can't be taken seriously as a Big J media member because he wears a black tank top and a chain. And it's like, what do the kids tell you? Because if the first time I hear a kid tell me that somebody wearing, a tank top or a hat on backwards, that they can't be entertained by them, will be the first. Because who are we talking to? The 65-year-olds who want to stay in power, who are the suits are desperate to keep their grip on the media world while everything is changing underneath them? Because if that's your audience, then that's fine. That's your audience. But that's not who the audience is going to be in mass media. Like, you have to look at this from a big picture perspective, and being able to be relatable and being authentic and being able to talk. There's so many people who don't understand this now about the way the world is. And I'm 47. I'm not saying I'm in lockstep, but I have a 9-year-old kid. So do you. I think that helps us a lot to be able to just kind of hear. And I teach on college kids and I listen. You've got 2 girls in college. You listen. I feels like the further you get away from the younger people and the way that they behave and the way they think and talk, the less you know what the world really is like. Huh. You're in your own bubble. You think everything's going the same way it always has been. So you're on TV. Wear a suit coat. Why? Because I told you to. Okay. Can I wear a hat? No. Okay. Can I wear a hat on backwards? Well, you're fired if you do that. You're out. Forget it. You can't do that. No, not even. No, sorry. Yeah. You have to wear a suit. Really? Yeah. Even Pat, when he goes on game day, has to wear a suit. Why? I mean, why? It's not his shtick. You have to look respectable. According to who? Like, I love suits. Suits are great. But why and when did this become like the end all be all that if you're not wearing what everyone else is wearing on TV, you're not a serious TV personality?
Oh, no. That's what the sounds like is the scuttlebutt with a lot of things.
It's weird because, like, if you, again, it all comes down to COVID, right? But if you had told me during COVID or even right before COVID that, like, Matt, you're never going to work in a studio again. What? You're never going to work in a studio again. You're going to do national TV. You're going to do national radio. You're going to do all these things from your house. Be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I got to go in. I need to see my program director. I need to talk to my producer. I need to be in mode. I got to be in a studio. haven't been in a studio since 2020. It just doesn't happen anymore. So the same changes, like these backdrops that we've got, people would have freaked out in 2019. You're in your basement. You look like you're in your bedroom, Matt. You look like you're in some kid's bedroom. Yeah, because I am in a bedroom. I just turned it into a studio. Like that's the change that has happened. Which, you know what? That's a great point, Sebastian. There really was a moment there when Robert Kraft wore a suit with Air Force Ones and people lost their mind over it. I remember that. He had his custom-made Air Force Ones and he was wearing it. And everybody was like, you can't wear sneakers with a suit.
You're right.
You can't do that. And he was like, why not? Why can't you do that? And then
Robert
all of a
Kraft
sudden
has the FU money. He can wear whatever he wants.
It became a trend. I mean, now it's a trend. Look on TV. Yeah. Look how many people, they don't wear dress shoes anymore. They wear dress sneakers. I have a pair now. I bought one a couple of months ago. I have a pair of dress sneakers. They're black, but they're sneakers. So like things change, things evolve. Like what we consider to be acceptable, that's the whole thing with the swearing that goes into it. And I know some people don't like it and they got kids around. That's fine. I don't let my daughter swear. Okay, I don't. But she listens to swear words and music all the time and I have no problem with it. And she hears me swear on this show all the time, and I have no problem with it. She can't use it till she gets old enough to understand how to use it.
Right.
One day she'll know how to use it properly and not sound like comical when she says it. But like people say, you can't swear on shows and be considered a serious show. Why not? Do people talk like that? If I go into a bar, that's my audience, and I can talk to anybody in that bar about whatever topic they want to talk about.
Yep.
Like, if I swear, do you think they go, oh man, that guy swears, I can't relate to him? What?
Somebody might. That's fine. There's another YouTube channel. There's another show to turn on. There's another place to find something that you do like. Find something you like.
Could you imagine if Madeline swears and says, sorry, Will? You know what? That could be kind of funny. I might actually give her a get out of jail free card and be like, look, you can say one swear a week as long as you start it with sorry, Will.
Right. Yeah.
That would be pretty good.
People are doing that here in the chat. People are doing it when we see them out. They're like, hey, guys, do you believe that? Sorry, Will. Bullshit. Like, and it's part of, and that wasn't in no rundown.
No,
we didn't get no consultant to tell us to do that or say that. Like, it just kind of happens. And I think the authenticity of what you do, whomever it is, not just saying us.
No,
it's one of the biggest things.
I've said this, it's you too, though.
Almost made it 30 minutes. Hey,
sorry,
listen, Will. Sorry. The number was 29.5. We had to get that thing under. First swear. We had to keep that thing under.
That's tremendous.
I say the kids know all the time. And like Eron Sean put a tweet out today and he said, as Sports BK and Sig would say, the kids know, and he took a picture of something. All you have to do is listen. If you listen, they humble me every single day. You've seen it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this place is nothing but daggers and knives and everything. It's every day.
Yeah.
And if you just stay true to that and represent yourself the way you want to represent yourself, this is in life, not just on shows. Like your discussion yesterday about Maddie losing that election.
Right.
You lost. Now what? Let's go eat ice cream. Let's and guys and stuff that are going through stuff and situations, just breathe and we'll figure it out.
Yep.
Everything's going to be okay.
Yep.
Nothing seems as big as it did before, right? You can't wear your hat backwards. I've been wearing my hat backwards since I was 7.
I still do.
I turned it around when I was 7. Well, you're grown up now.
Who cares?
I'm 53, but I'm still trying to do what I was doing then because I enjoyed everything that I was doing at 7. Think about being 7 and 9 in your life. If you could go back to that time, that was a pretty easy time. Parents grinding, doing all this stuff, taking care of brothers and sisters and working. 7 was fun. 9 was great. Let's try to get that every day. Get that little piece of that every day. We get to do that here.
This might be my favorite post ever by D-Wizzy. A swear in the first 30 minutes. That's tremendous. It's
Yes,
under. Let's take bets on the Swift. That's tremendous. Will there be a swear in the first 30 minutes? That's tremendous.
Oh, that's great.
That's one of my favorite posts I've seen in a long time. Where's Addison when we need him? That's great. That's his gift. The gift, GIFF. No, we just created the first ever BVB Swift bet. Swear in the first 30
I love it. See, that's what I mean. Like, that's genius. That and D Weezy's a guy who got a hat early on, and guys, I'm trying my best to get the hats. And Corbin is working his ass off to try to, help and secure some things. Everybody that wants a hat is going to get one through the text line and all that other stuff. It's absolute crazy. We're on a mission from God, like the Blues Brothers. We got to get to Chicago.
We are.
Okay.
Flights are bought. We're good.
We're flying there.
By the way, on Twitter, the Royals thing is really big. Oh, Sheldon Keefe got fired. Bye-bye. Yep. Thank you, CBW. Didn't see that.
You really have had a busy morning, haven't you?
I haven't seen anything. I didn't see anything. Sheldon Keefe got fired 5 hours ago. He got fired 5 hours ago. Wow.
I know. Yeah.
So did Biz break the news?
I don't know. I saw it. We have a news hound. I mean, all I have to do is open up my notifications and CBW.
He apologized.
He's better than the morning paper.
He was slacking, he said, because we just saw that tweet.
Yeah.
From him.
I saw it earlier. He actually did a video thanking Leafs Nation and all this other stuff.
5 years he did a video? Wow, really? That seems a little okay. Man, what a tough job to have.
The hardest job in the league.
Berube's getting hired. I agree. I think Biz broke the news. I think Biz was pissed off at Craig Berube for saying something he didn't like on the TNT broadcast. And he said, "You better be quiet or I'll break the news. You're the next Leafs coach." That was awesome.
Put it out there.
I think Biz 100%.
Right.
And Berube's face was like, "I'm going to kill you." Like he literally was white face. Like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, Biz. Appreciate you doing that. Yeah, I mean, Craig Berube's a good coach. Will he work in Toronto? I don't know. You got to beat Boston. That's number one.
Always comes back to Boston. We need a Boston prop every day. How soon, other than when we start the show, the show's called Bostonian versus the Book, are we going to say
Hold on.
Boston?
Am I wrong?
How'd they do last night?
Am I wrong? We'll get to it, but am I wrong? Toronto has to beat Boston.
They have to beat Boston. They have to find a way
to beat Boston.
To not have to play Boston in the first round.
Okay, but you have to beat Boston. Bottom line, Toronto coach, whoever you are, you have to beat Boston. If Keefe won that and lost in 4 games to Florida, he keeps his job. He would still be the coach. He got fired because he can't beat Boston.
1 game, overtime, flips,
1 goal.
And now you got to go get a job.
Yep. Bye-bye. Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's craziness.
Yeah. Toronto has to beat Boston in baseball and hockey. Well, the Blue Jays have never really beaten the Red Sox, so I don't know. We're still waiting on that. That's going to be a while for Toronto to beat Boston in baseball. What? Hockey, my fucking grandfather was probably like 25 years old the last time that happened, so it's been a long time.
There's the first F-bomb. Put that on the list, Will.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Trying to limit my F-bomb drops.
I like the word too
really
much.
Fired up.
What's the difference? Like, what's the difference?
Well, we're trying to get off late.
A swear is a swear.
Never getting off late night.
A swear is a swear. What's the difference between an F word or an S word or a B word or a C word? Like what? They're all bad. The C word means more to the women. You call a C word. You say that. I'm not saying it. I'm saying if you say the C word to a woman, that's a really big deal. But like that, a C word to a guy, you might get punched in the face. So maybe there's a little more to it too. I don't know. Like I think a curse word is a curse word. Like, it's just, it is what it is. If it's not compliant, it's not compliant. The word doesn't matter. It's all the same. All right. What happened last night? Let's get to the Knicks. They lost Brunson for the entire second quarter, which led me to believe the game was going to go under. It did not.
But
Pacers were going to win. They did not. He came back. And can you explain what's going on here? I'm even buying into this cat. Like this is something special.
Yeah. Oh man.
New York fans are becoming way over the top.
You think? Becoming
way over. I mean, I saw a video last night of outside the Garden that I thought I was watching like a 1995 Pantera show. Like the mosh pit going on between these fans, like it's something wild. It really is neat to watch.
So we did a cash considerations yesterday because I finally got Anthony. I shook the trees enough where I got him.
Okay.
He's a partial season ticket holder for the New York Knicks, right?
Yeah.
If you listen to him talk, they've already won the championship.
Which is great. I love that. Let them keep doing that. It's tremendous. Like the pain of the loss is going to be so beautiful. Like, let them keep doing this. Like, who are you beating? Like, you went to 7 games in your first round, which you shouldn't have. And now you're up 2-0 on Indiana. Like, we're bragging about this. Like, this is like, I mean, you beat the Sixers and you're going to beat the Pacers. Like, what are we doing?
The Garden is electric. 100% give it to them. The Garden.
You know what the problem is going to be when they play Boston?
What?
They don't have home court. The Garden can be as electric as you want it to be. They've had home court, and it's huge to have home court, but good luck when you don't have it. Go on the road because they didn't look great on the road. They haven't looked great on the road.
7 or 7.5 point dogs in game 3.
To Indiana?
Yeah. 7 or 7.5.
And hopefully, Jimmy Jack, you're right. Hopefully somebody whispers to the Pacers, you got to rebound the basketball, boys. You got to rebound the basketball. They got dominated on the glass last night. Dominated.
It was fun. There's no denying it. It's fun. It is, and I still stand that these postseasons are better when they're in it because they bring it every single night.
They do.
The fans.
They just haven't seen it for a long time.
Well, I mean, this is like the
hungry.
first time for a lot of people.
Yeah, everyone going, it's 19.
First time.
It's 94 all over again.
Right.
They're saying it's 94 all over again.
And if you were born in 1994, you know that makes you 28 years. No, 6 and 20. It's 30.
30. Yeah, 30 years old.
30 years old.
31, depending on when you were born.
That's crazy to think about. Jeez, that's almost half my life.
Yeah, that's people like. There's all these concert tours coming out for 30-year anniversaries for albums. I think that came out yesterday. Like, it's freaking me out. Like, that album's 30 years old. How is an album 30 years old?
Yeah.
Like Oasis and REM and Sarah McLachlan, they're all going on these tours, not REM, but they're going on all these tours that are all to remember the release, and they're playing the album in entirety, which is the coolest thing that music has done in the last 10 years in my mind. Right. I'd love it to go and play an album start to finish. It's so cool. And they're all going, I'm like, wait, that came out in 93? That came out in 94? Like, whoa. No, Covey, you did not just drop Collective Soul. I can't wait. Covey, me and you've got to talk. We got 40 years of Bon Jovi. First tape of my life, Dave. Slippery When Wet. First thing I ever bought. Didn't understand cassette. Didn't understand the actual title of that until I was probably like 17.
Right.
I didn't get it for the longest time. I didn't get it. And then somebody was like, you know what I was like, oh. Ding. Light bulb went out in my head. I was like, huh. No. I mean, what are you doing? Bon Jovi's not overrated. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers are not overrated either. Disagree entirely.
Hold on. Everybody in the chat watching the show live, go put in your first cassette tape that you ever bought.
That's would be fun.
Okay. Let's take a trip back in time.
Was Bon Jovi. My second was License to Kill, not Ill, Kill Beastie Boys. I had it before they changed the name, before everyone got pissed off.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's how old I am. Chili Peppers are amazing. I would agree, Jordan. They're phenomenal.
Eddie Money shaking.
Eddie Money. The Cars' greatest hits. There's a Bostonian for you right there.
Wow.
You drop in the Cars. You're from Boston. Nirvana. Yes, that's beautiful. Kiss. Wow. Kiss. This will be popular. Run DMC will be popular. Oh, sorry, Roger. Roger says he didn't own tapes. He owned 8 tracks.
Well, listen, Roger's a senior member of the brigade. Kids have no idea what you're even talking about with the 8-tracks. I remember the 8-track player in the car.
Do you? I never had one in a car.
Oh, my mom and dad had an 8-track player in the car. I mean, they were like those carts. Do you
They're
remember
huge.
The carts
Yes,
for the radio thing.
That's what they were from. That's what they were from.
Right.
The carts on radio stations were for 8-tracks.
Yeah.
They were 8-track players. Yes, 100%. In some ways, the 8-track, I actually like the 8-tracks better than the cassette because I couldn't stand when the tape got eaten by the player.
Worst.
It drove me nuts. And 8-tracks rarely ever got eaten because they were
worked
thicker.
up all that time and money to go buy the cassette, and then the boom box or the car radio eats it. I wanted to cry.
Right.
I mean, it was like, I was like, what? Especially if it was a mixtape,
Can you imagine if we stopped and told our kids that in order to do a mixtape for songs that we would have to listen to a radio station and hit play and record at the right time and stop it at the right time so the DJ didn't talk over the song we recorded?
The struggles that we had. You had to wait, stop talking, record, and then wait for the play out. And no, there's the commercial. Damn it! I got 2 seconds in a plumbing commercial or something.
It was so bad. And then you make that's how you really knew you had a crush on a girl is you make her a mixtape. But you had to go ahead and make the whole mixtape. That was a whole big deal.
Yeah,
but it was
DJ Dave.
Me too. Yeah. Call in the radio station to get the song played.
Absolutely, Otto.
You call in and be like, "Hey, can you play blah 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 blah?" Yeah, and then you'd wait by the radio, and then you'd wait, and then they finally would play. If you didn't hit it the right second, and you're like, "I got it wrong." I waited that whole time.
There was no edit button. You didn't know what you had to literally sit and record it. My first cassette tape that I ever bought.
Football guy. Everyone knows 2 Live Crew. Come on now.
Houdini. I bought 2 at the same time. Houdini, the song that I had heard was The Freaks Come Out at Night.
Okay.
Unbelievable. He wore his hat with a tilt. I love that guy. And Cameo, Word Up. I wore that tape out.
Yep.
You have no idea. It's still my wake-up call. I have an alarm on my phone. Cameo, Word Up. That's for the early call.
We're talking a foreign language. We are, Nathan. You're young.
Nathan, you have no idea.
No idea what we're talking about.
No idea what we're talking
about. Do you remember, Rainmaker, you're so right. Do you remember the offers you'd get in the mail for CDs or for tapes? And they would get you to buy it. Do you remember those? Oh my God. That was so funny.
Can I get this, please? No.
We ran the scam in college. We figured out how to get fake addresses and be able to go ahead and order it. And it was a fake address until you get the address and the address doesn't leave.
You ruined it for everybody.
We robbed Columbia House. We robbed Columbia House. We knew the scam.
Son of a mother.
We knew
you ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, BMG. We scammed them all. We completely and totally scammed them all. How'd we go from Pacers Knicks to 70s, 80s music leg show? Because that's the last time the fucking Knicks were good. That's why. That's why. That's why we're talking about this, is because it's been that long since they were there. But remember how 2 Live Crew had the police show up and arrest them for the music? You remember?
Yeah, the movie, really capitalized on that, showed that story, that part of the story. But as a kid, seeing news clips of this actually happening back
made you want to go listen 10 times more. It just made you want to go listen to it. Like 2 Live Crew.
They're doing what?
FCC violations. Nancy Bush is up there saying this music is corrupting our young people. And we're like, yes, let's go. I was in love. I absolutely was in love with all that controversy. I couldn't play that album loud enough in my neighborhood. I was cranking that up, going like, you white people, get a load of this. Yeah, love you long time. Let's crank that up. And the same thing, my third tape, Daniel G, was 100 Miles and Running by NWA. And I learned a whole lot about things that happened with a man and a woman that I did not know about until I listened to that album. I was like, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Eazy-E. What a great band. Oh, that was super fun.
I'm just thinking about making mixtapes. I just went back to 86. It was such a big deal.
I still have a bunch. I still have some lying around.
Cassettes.
Yeah, I think so. Hold on.
What the hell's going on in that room? I thought you cleaned this joint up for her.
Oh no, this room's been untouched. No one goes in here. This is all my stuff. No one comes in here.
You're right.
I've got mini discs. I got mini discs. If you kids know what this is, you are old school, because this was around for like 35 seconds. They thought this was the future. Like literally, they thought this was the future. CDs are out. Here come mini discs.
We were selling those things at my dad's store, and I kept saying, "Dad, these things suck. This isn't going to work. I don't like these." See, all my stuff is in storage.
Oh yeah,
She made me put all this stuff.
These are all shows from 1994. These are radio shows from 1994. They're all different shows, because we
ain't got nothing to play them on though.
Oh, here's a mixtape.
You have something to play that on?
No, I can't even play a tape. I have so many tapes. It's unbelievable how many tapes I have of me doing play-by-play in talk shows. Yeah, I have no ability. I can't play any of them. I have my last radio show in college upstairs on my desk upstairs, because I want to go and send it to one of those places that will put it onto a CD.
Yeah.
And then I realized I have no way of playing a CD. I have no CD player. So I can't even do that. Like, I have to go have it be made into an MP3.
Oh my!
Because that's the only way I know how to play something. It's insanity.
Complete
I loved
insanity.
it. Complete. I mean, Zune. No way. You have a Zune, Sonic? Oh my God. Do you remember that? Do you remember the Zunes? That was the next iteration. They thought those things were going to be there. That was 2 seconds.
Yep. Literally was there, and it was like, nobody's buying this. Out. Bye. See ya.
Did I run a mixtape exchange? I actually did a mixtape exchange like 5 years ago. I ran one of those. It was awesome. You know what that is?
No.
So you make a mixtape, right? And then you send it. You have a group of people, and you send it to a random person, and they send you a tape randomly. So it's all artists that like you love, the other person may never have heard of.
Oh,
and you just share the mixtape all around. At this point, it was CDs. Well, that was about 5 years ago. It was 10 years ago, before MP3s became really big. But yes, I did run one of those. I absolutely loved one of those. It was so fun. Wait, you were part of that? Corey, wait a minute. You were part of that when I ran that? Is that true? That would be insane if Corey was part of my mixtape exchange. That would be wild.
All of our worlds are colliding.
He was a part of it. Oh my God. That's crazy. How is that even possible? Wow.
What the hell is going on right now?
That's really flipping cool. Oh my God. That's really neat. Do you
remember the Knicks song, Go New York, Go New York?
They play it now. They still play it.
Yeah.
It's awful. They don't have OG though. How big of a deal is that going to be?
It's big.
Because Brunson probably is going to be okay.
And it's going up.
Because Brunson's probably going to be. And also, I mean, this is going to be a little weird. Halliburton's point total last night, was it really 7? Was it really 7?
What, that he would score?
Yeah.
Before the game?
Yeah.
I don't know what his prop was. I don't think it was 7.
I think it was. He hadn't scored anything for games and games and games. He'd been scoring nothing. He scored 34 last night. And they still lost. Yeah, it was 7. I was right. It was 7 over.
Thank you, Brian.
It was 7. Oh, it was 17 or 7? Yeah, 17 for game 1. I think game 2 was just 7 because he scored 6 points.
And a half. Okay.
In game 1, but he scored 6 points in game 1. Yeah. So now it was 6. Oh, yeah, 7. It was 17 and a half. Okay, thank you. Okay, it wasn't that low. But he flew over it, 34.
Right.
Flew over it. And they still lost.
Brunson's prop was a little high. We talked about that.
He would have gotten it if he didn't get hurt.
Probably, but he didn't, and he went under.
The whole second quarter. He still scored 30, though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even there, he scored 30. It's like, all right.
What did he end up with? 27 and a half? 27, I think.
Something like that, yeah, around there. But he scored almost all in the second half.
Yeah.
Oh, God, Roger, looking for a Walkman? You may be looking for a long time to find a Walkman.
Oh, I love those things.
Yeah, he 29. Thank you, Nikki. He had 29.
29. Thank you, Nikki.
Nearly 30. So he went over 27 and a half. So people saw that prop in. I think they could tease it down. I think if you did like a same game parlay, you could tease it all the way down to like 25 if you wanted to on that. But heck of a win for the Knicks. It's 2-0, and here we go.
2-0, and here
you better figure out a way to stop Brunson. You better figure it out because that cat is unbelievable. And that series is an over series until further notice. I had the worst number on the planet, still came in with ease. Don't get the move to the under.
The books got what they wanted with that one. They put a number, found the top, everybody bet under, and you're watching a game. And in game, we weren't even at halftime yet. It was 2:30.
Right.
While I was on the sports grid. And then it went up as high as 250.
73.63. 73.63 at the break.
Yeah. Crazy.
222.5. I'm like, okay, I'm good. Like, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they better be able to rebound. I mean, they better be able, if you're a Pacer fan, you better figure out a way to rebound the basketball, because when they do miss, you can't give them second and third chance opportunities because there are way too many. DiVincenzo threes off offensive rebounds are absolute killers.
I just looked down in the chat. Addison the Wrench said electronic skip protection was one of the biggest scams of all time.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
ESP. They put it on every product. I used to
it was 3 seconds
on the counter.
It was 5, then it was 7, and then it was 10. They kept on raising it up and charging you more every time they raised it up.
Every time, yeah. So we used to sell those products, and the pitch was, put it on the counter and hit the top while it was playing. I'd put the earphones in the customer's ear, play the CD, and tap it, and go, look, skip protection. And you had to sell it somehow. I don't know. The Sony reps would come and tell us how to do it, show us. I'd go in the office and tell my dad, that guy's full of shit.
Wow.
Dave, just sell it. Do whatever you got to do. Yeah, ESP. Wow.
Yeah, I used to get so mad because the Sportman became a thing where they said you could actually run with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, you couldn't.
You could run if you held it like a waiter and held it like this. Here we go. I'm running. I'm running. Here we go. Don't move that arm or hold it real tight.
You couldn't do it. You couldn't run with
Jogging with the worst Rick.
Yeah, they tried to do it, but no way. That was just like, it was like, here we go. I was like, come on, man. That was like, couldn't be done. It's a very good point. The Panthers destroyed the Bruins. 6 straight
Hockey
goals.
Portion of the show, finally.
Boston goes up 1-0.
Yeah.
Looked tremendous. Should have been up 3-0 in the first period. Open net missed by Marchand. They hit the post like 2 times in that period. And then a rout, and it ended with Kachuk fighting up against Pasta, which I never want to see ever again.
At what point did you put out the tweet that the Bruins were better?
First quarter.
You opened up.
First period.
Yeah, this is great because I'm getting caught in the crossfire on the Twitter.
Right.
I'm getting text. Boy, your boy's on it tonight. Like, would you guys relax?
Look at the timestamp. And then I corrected it. I said it wasn't for the second and third periods, but the first period, Boston was the better team. I mean, they were. There's the better team. And they were skating better. They should have been up more than 1-0. That was the death knell was the fact that they did not score more than 1 goal on Bobrovsky in the first period.
They needed to get that 2-goal lead.
You need a 3-goal lead. You need to really get them down big time.
But there's so many storylines to the game, right?
Yep.
So you put that tweet out. Even Stuckey gets involved.
Stuckey
don't even watch hockey.
He did.
Yeah.
No, see, I'm so glad I don't pay attention to half that stuff anymore, because the one benefit of having a lot of people that follow me now is that I get so many mentions that I don't even look at them anymore. There's so many that I would have responded to him if I had seen Stuckey. I would have come back at him. So
I responded to him.
Oh, because I would have said, Stuckey, you know what hockey is? Like, is ice and a stick and a puck, right? You know that, right?
I was gonna say. I almost said to him, "Hey, I didn't even know you watched hockey."
Right.
Thanks for coming on the show. Like, come on the show and we'll talk hockey if you want. It was great. But it became apparent when the Panthers got the lead.
2-1, yep.
You better get the next goal. You didn't, as the Bruins. It's 3-1, and
the third goal was the problem. You had an awful turnover. It's 2-1. It should have been 2-1 after 2. You go to the third period with a fighting chance. That third goal, awful turnover by Marchand. They score with 0.3 to go.
Crusher.
Seeing eye slap shot that goes through 4 guys into the back of the net, and that was it. That was game over. Like, you just knew it.
Crusher.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said watching it. I said, well, we're tied at 1-1 with this one.
I saw it, and I'm watching this, and there's a dad next to me. I see the goal, and I go, shit. And I'm like, oh, sorry, this kid's all over the place. I was like, whoops, because Madeline's skating and I'm watching the game. The rink. I'm watching the game and I'm watching with another dad, and like we're just watching while Madeline's figure skating and I'm watching the game, and like so there's at the rink we go to, there's two rinks. There's one rink with hockey, all kids practicing hockey, and the other rink is all figure skating. So Madeline's in the figure skating, and all the hockey dads are all there watching the hockey game. So we're all watching the game, and that goal happens, and I see my phone light up, and I'm like, and then I look up and I see it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me! Like that is a horrific thing. I don't believe in jinxes, football guy. Welcome to the show. I don't buy any of this. I don't believe in no-hitter jinxes. I don't believe I jinx my team. I don't believe in any of this nonsense. If I had that much power, make me a millionaire tomorrow. Okay. Like if I can,
some would argue that you are a jinx though. Like that's, I mean, they tell me I'm a jinx sometimes. It's fine.
It's the single dumbest thing you can call somebody. It just shows, because what you're doing is you're acquiescing so much power to that one person. Like you're giving that person, you can say that your bets suck or the person's always picking the wrong side. That's fine. But it's not a jinx because somebody came in and bet that side. Like when Trent bets something, Trent's not a jinx. He just has a running shtick of being wrong. He wants to be wrong.
He might be a jinx.
No, he wants to be wrong. So he puts,
man, oh man.
In order to do that,
I don't want to bet my team.
He wants to lose. So that's his whole thing.
Jinx, whatever you call
it. Just wrong. You'd be a bad gambler. And that could be, I'm on the wrong side of a bad gambler. But just because he bet doesn't mean he jinxed the game. It just means he was on the wrong side. Do the Bruins go to Allmark in game 3?
So that's the two storylines to take away from the game. It's more than the Panthers won. It's how they won. So after the fourth goal, we pull Swayman and throw Allmark in there to finish and go, okay, now what? They score 2 more goals, and everybody's so mad that they turn it into slapshot, okay? To the point where Pasta talks to Montgomery and says, yeah, he's chirping, I'll go. I want to go. Are you sure? You're our guy. Like, can you fight? I don't know. Like, he didn't even hesitate. He said, all right, you want to go? Go.
I love
the last place I want my leading scorer to be is on the ice at the end of a game. We're down 6-1, fighting with a guy who can fight.
But I loved it, though.
But
I was
just going to say, he wanted to do it. He did it. He got his ass kicked.
Doesn't matter. It's a leader.
He answered the bell.
It's a leader.
That's old school. People are like, why is there fighting in hockey? Sometimes there just has to be.
I thought it was tremendous. I hate it. I hated it. I was like, no, Pasta, no. But I loved what it said. I loved the message it said to the room. I loved what it said to the fans. I loved it said that we fucking hate these guys. And we are and I will fight you.
Who? For you.
I don't care who you are, what you're all about. I'm coming for your head. And I don't care if you're bigger, stronger, you're a fighter. I'm not. I don't care. I'm going to send it because we're not done. We lost a game. So what? See you in game 3. I loved that moment for the Bruins because he didn't get hurt. If he got hurt, I would be like, oh, no. He didn't get hurt. He came out of it scot-free, all good. I thought it was tremendous by Pasternak to do that, to fight Tkachuk, who the Bruins hate more than anybody else on that team. And he got his ass lit up by Marchand. He sent him to the nether regions. He knocked him on his ass. That was a great little ball of hate. Boom. See you later. Up in the air. Skates up. Bang on his head. That was tremendous. Love it.
I love the hockey justice. I mean, you have to do that. There's all of that has to happen. This can't just go, it took years of, watching the games with Jess and, at the end of games now, the kids even expect it. They're like, is there going to be a fight? Probably. And then there is.
Yep.
I don't know what that says for game 3. Florida's favored. Florida's favored for game 3 in Boston.
Perfect. Good.
In Boston.
That's good. Who was favored in game 1?
Florida.
It's perfect.
Florida's going to. Now, this line tells me that Florida's going to be favored in every game.
From here on out? Okay.
If they're favored in game 3 is the game. I heard Messier say it. Game 3 is the most important game of a series.
Okay.
If it's 0-2, 1-1, 2-0. Game 3 is the home team's you got to have that game.
Well, because if they win it, they get home ice back. If Florida wins game 3, they get home ice back. They lost home ice.
It's the most important game in the series, no matter what the scenario is going to it. So I like Boston. After the way that game ended right now, and we'll talk about it more tomorrow on Roll Call Friday, but my goodness. Yeah, Nikki, I mean, that's the line is pick 'em in my eyes. Just put pick 'em up and let them bet Florida. I'd be all right if it was our book, BVB book. We'll take bets and move the numbers. So I don't know. That was just a precursor. That game was, I mean, it got out of hand to the point where I was flipping back and forth and watching the basketball, on the one TV. The night game. But are you kidding me?
It was wild, man. I mean,
wild.
How do you lose that game if you're the Oilers? I mean, I was on the over, so it was easy. But how do you blow that? I mean, that's just an avalanche. You can't lose that game. You can't be up that big and lose that game. Canucks can score. I mean, Skinner, it's just, you just got to go, uh-oh, with all this.
I apologize for advancing the ball there. The graphic said, who starts game 3 in goal? I would start Swayman. Who would you start?
As long as Swayman feels 100% recharged, I thought he looked tired in the third period. So it's a lot of hockey in a very short period of time. So if Swayman says, hey, I need a breather, give him a breather and put Allmark in. I know it's tough to see a guy sit down for a game because you might not play again, but I thought the team and Swayman looked tired. I thought he looked tired in game 3 in the third period of game 2. So he's played a lot of hockey at a really high level and the gas tank might be running a little bit empty. So, but the night game was just,
I mean, watching it early, it looked like Edmonton was so right off the jump.
They look great. 3-1, rolling.
Just quick, fast, everything, winning all the puck battles, just charging around the net. Like they dominated the first period.
Yep.
And Vancouver was on their heels. And I was like, oh, man, just get it together. Like it was almost like we weren't, not that you had a break, but it was like is the home ice? Is there too much pressure? What's going on right now? And then it was like, all right, it's 4-1.
With 7 to go in the second period, Zach Hyman scores. It's 4-1.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking about is I need one more goal for the push, and I need 2 more goals to go over 6. 4-2 happens with 3 minutes to play in the second period. It's 4-2 after the second period, and you're like, okay, we're pushing, we're okay. Edmonton's not going to lose this game. They're going to probably hit 4-3, 5-2, somewhere in that range. That's what the final score is going to be. Away we go. When JT Miller scored that goal to make it 4-3, I was like, you're at home. What happens if this starts to be? And so I put it back on. I taped the Daily Juice and I put it back on. I was like, all right, it's 4-3. And then 4-4 and 5-4 happens a minute apart. And it's like, oh my goodness, Edmonton's going to lose game 1.
Yeah.
Like the deflation in that dressing room after the game, that is brutal. Draisaitl's injury might be really bad.
Well, that's the story of that series, right? Like
100%.
Craziest game, electric atmosphere. I mean, that I was so excited. I'm upstairs by myself watching it because they're watching a cooking show downstairs. They have no interest in the hockey now because the nights are out.
Okay.
The whole house is done. So I finished Sports Grid. I'm watching the game. And I'm like, I just need a goal. Like, slow this down. The belief came with that first one. And then quickly, again, another goal. They win a game, not even in overtime. And Draisaitl's hurt.
Yeah.
Like, how could this have gone bad so quickly for the Oilers? If I'm the Oilers, I'm going,
my 27-1 ticket, I'm just sitting back and I'm not touching anything. Like,
We don't have to do anything right now.
I'm not doing anything. Let it play out. Vancouver's, I mean, if Draisaitl is out, Vancouver wins the series. Like, his injury is serious. If it's not just a single game, multi-game thing. Oh, boy. I mean, it's a third string goaltender. Gave up 4 goals and they still won.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane.
It's
4 goals, then game over. You lose.
Yeah, and that last one was no good. I mean, it was a bad angle goal from the side, quick shot between his legs, and I don't know. I got more questions about Edmonton than I did before the series started now.
Right.
And I mean, watching Tocchet celebrate and that team, the belief is there. Holy crap. I mean, holy crap.
Yeah. If you're Edmonton, grab onto something.
Give the boys and girls something to vote right now.
Maybe a roller coaster ride for you.
After game 1, who wins this series? Edmonton or Vancouver? You've seen one. You know the score. It's 1-0 Vancouver. I want to see what the boys. We got a lot of hockey heads in here. I liked Vancouver yesterday. The over turned out to be a great win.
Easy.
You know, where it looked like, oh, we might push.
Both my overs were easy last night.
Right? Yeah. There it goes. All right, boys and girls. The poll's coming in right now. Nux, Couves. JC from KC sticking to that story. Man, I don't know. I think I'm the poll is going to be closer than you think.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's still Edmonton, right? I mean, still Edmonton. But my goodness. Yeah, I mean, it's still McDavid. Even McDavid left the ice for a while. He may have had some maintenance he needs to be done. So to me, it all comes down to Draisaitl. How long is he out? Like, if he's back for game 2, fine. But if he's out for a while, give me Vancouver.
It is such, I mean, it is the ultimate battle of attrition, this playoff run.
Yep.
I mean, because he gets so much ice time, and he's one of the best players in the game.
Right.
You can't just, like, how do you replace that?
You don't.
That's what I mean. Those injuries are so tough, so hard. But when that team can find a way to overcome it, again, the home team won a game 1. Okay, they were supposed to. Does Edmonton have to win game 2 to win the series?
No, but
they don't.
But
they don't.
It's
like tonight's game.
But I mean, they don't, but it's a whole different ball of wax. I mean, it is a climb of climbs to win 4 out of 5. It's no fun. I mean, you're playing basically 5 game 7s. You got backs against the wall. You got to do a lot of things. That is not going to be easy if they're down 0-2.
Yep.
Even going back home, it's going to be tough. Okay, every once in a while, we get a request for a story.
Yep.
And this is by request.
Yep.
Sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry. So a high roller is offering $1 million to anyone with information about what happened to him at a high roller, high stakes blackjack table a couple of years ago. He was roofied. And they stole a whole lot of money from him while he was roofied.
Well, they kept extending his credit limit
while he was
playing. Like,
while he was not,
give him another $1 million.
While he was not sober.
Right.
This story is resonating because it's $3.5 million is what he went into the tank for. He's gone to gaming. He's tried to fight this. But why is this picking up so much energy now? Is it because he bought the billboard? Is a billboard in Vegas now that says $1 million for all information about what happened to me?
Yeah.
Is that why?
It was in the paper.
It was.
And again, anybody that wants to email us, go to thebvbshow.com and it gets sent to an email that now I have access to, Matt has access to, and we can see it. So this came via an email to us that said, hey, have you seen this? I hadn't until it came. And then I did you read the details of the story? This wasn't like he was hanging out down at the down at the Fay or at the El Cortez.
Yeah.
This is a guy. I believe his name is Manley, his last name. I can't remember specifically, but
I think that's right.
He comes in from California. High roller is at the MGM Grand Index. Villas.
The Villas. Yeah.
This is a big player who never got a credit limit extended before. And now, he lost $3.5 million on that trip, which is a lot of money to anybody, especially.
And he claims he was drugged.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what he was doing. And he wants to know. So he's offering $1 million to somebody who can help to explain if they were at that table or in the villa or had any information about what may have happened. For whatever reason, though, this is resonating with a lot of people. I mean, Vegas Pauly C is a really big influencer here in Vegas, has, a couple million followers across all of his socials. He was all over this yesterday. Like, this is people are picking the story up as to what actually is going on. And it is because the $1 million offer for information that will lead to the discovery.
But don't you think people are trying to find the information so they can get the $1 million?
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, I know guys that were butlers over there. I want to call them myself and say, hey, what the hell's going on?
Right.
Have you ever been in those?
No, never. I've heard all about them. Never been in them.
Yeah. One time.
Seen video and pictures of what they look like, and they look ridiculous. I mean, Tiger, that's where he lived. He would go there for a week and not leave.
It's incredible. I mean, it's like a different world.
Right.
But I think obviously
where it is too is pretty cool too. How it's like tucked around, like you have to know where the entrance is, like it's not easy to find, and it's pretty neat.
It's like I said, different world. But it's an interesting story. Vegas still has this one thing, this mystique, this stories, these different characters, things happen, and then you don't get the results you want, and you just go buy billboards and put it up all over town. I'm going to offer you $1 million.
So you think it was not real?
Oh, I have no idea. But I've heard stories like this happening. I told you one time when I was working at the Golden Nugget and I said I didn't feel good.
Right.
And this writer who I trained, she hadn't been working there very long, said, I got something you could take. It'll clear you up. And I was desperate because the cigarette smoke, I was like this. I couldn't breathe. And I'm working at the counter trying to take bets, count money, and I'm out of it. And I'm like, oh, give me that. I'll take it during my break. What is it? Well, it's just this over the counter thing. I was so gone when I came back an hour later from my break. I was literally about like my head was all over the place. I couldn't think. I had to go home. And I slept for like 18 hours.
What did she give you?
I still don't know what it was. I was off. That was the last day I had to work. And by the time I came back, she was fired. So she
roofied you on purpose to try to do something to the.
I don't know.
To the register.
I don't know what it was, and maybe I had but I have never done just everything gets to be cleared through her. Anything I take, put whatever, but it can easily happen. I've seen people in casinos. I mean, I've had to stop giving people drink tickets. I've had to tell them, you got to go home. Like you can't. I've told people like all this problem gambling stuff. I've told people at the counter, I'm not taking your bet. Why? Because you're not in the right space right now.
Huh.
I'm not taking your bet. You want to do it? Go down to the other window, go to another book, whatever you got to do. I'm not taking your bet. So could I see this happening in the villas there? Of course. Did it? I have no idea.
Right. So there's a story that's been making its way around the sports betting world, and this is a $100 parlay ticket that is going to clear $1.7 million if the Thunder win the championship. Now, our friends at WagerWire are involved with this, with the tickets. There is a lot of money, obviously, on the table here, but what's the play here? You have $100 to win $1.7 million. There were 2 legs for championships. He's already got them both.
Yep.
So third leg, Chiefs, and I forget somebody else who, whatever else he had on for a championship that cashed. May have been Michigan, right? Twin. What was the third leg? Do you remember what the third leg of the ticket was? I know it was the Chiefs for one, but for the other championship?
UConn.
Okay, so UConn. So we had UConn, Chiefs, and now it's up on OKC to win it all. What do you do? $100 parlay could win $1.7 million.
Do you think OKC is going to win a championship?
Nope.
I think you have to maximize your return, obviously, on the ticket, whether it's selling it or
supposedly he's been offered $100,000. He said no.
That is correct. That's what we've been told.
Yeah,
from our guys at Wager Wire. I reached out to Ian at Prop Swap as well to see if what the fair market value for it would be. And it's basically you take the odds of OKC winning it all, which is about 8-1 right now if you shop around, and kind of multiply it out. So, I mean, would you take $500,000 for that ticket right now and be done rooting?
Of course.
You wouldn't take 100 though.
He wouldn't take 100. I'd take 100 right now.
It's hard to say, right? Like I would say that. I mean, Butch is in the chat said he should have took it. He probably should have taken it.
I would have taken it.
He made $100 bet. It's like a real estate appraiser or something in Arizona. And again, that's like you make a lot of these bets sometimes with intention to win, yes, but also with intention to make some
hedge.
money. Yes.
I am always betting to hedge. My 27-1 ticket on the Jets is not, is on Vancouver. It's not to win the cup. It's entirely to hedge. It's to put me into a state where I'm going to hedge.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, people like hedging's for gardeners. Okay, that's fine. I hedge all the time. Like I think taking positions and earning and making money and not having to sweat it out is what I always want to do. Even on single games, bet the over to come back and bet the under, try to middle it. Like I don't know. It's just how I've been doing this now every day for 3 years. And I've learned that sometimes it's better just to make sure you win some money. Like just make sure you win some money.
There's another game. There's another bet. There's another this. There's another that. Like you have to. The goal is to make money. The story's great. I hit this crazy 3-leg whatever. Blah 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 blah. And listening to him in the story that was written about it. Betting futures is a lot of guys do this.
Okay.
Like pros, because it gives them, without the daily grind, anything can happen pretty much anything can happen in a sport any day. It's very hard to win day to day. You're doing it every day with the juice.
Yep.
It's tough.
Yep.
A lot of grinding up and down, this and that, a lot of jacking up and down.
Yep.
Whole thing.
Yep.
You get yourself in these positions when you make these future bets. It's 0 if you hold on to it and it doesn't win. If you don't do anything, 0.
Dave,
and
go to the book, whatever book that you wound up going to, and have a conversation about what they'll let you hedge off of it. Some books will give you credit. Some books will go ahead and depend on where they are and who they are. You can get casino chips to go and bet. It just depends if you get a marker or not. You can do that.
You got to be careful with all that. There's a lot of things right now you cannot. You may have been able to used to do that. Some other stories coming up here about the chips and this and that.
But Circa gives that up again off of the contest, the football contests. You can bet off that.
Guy made $100 bet. What do you think? He's got 100,000 in the bank?
No, but I'm saying
I'm saying to Dave's Daily Picks. The guy, everybody's answer is like, "Oh, hedge." If you ain't got money to hedge, you can't hedge.
Technically, you would get a credit card and put 10 grand on a credit card and just hedge it that way if you want.
It's not really responsible gaming, P-Roll.
Why not? Why is that bad? You're paying a 25%, vig on it. I get it, but it's only going to be for a week. Like you should have some idea. Like
there's ways you can do it there's ways to now with companies like WagerWire.
If the guy said no to 100K, he's got money. That's all I'm going to say. Because if it was anybody else, if Butchie, if you got $10 in the bank, how the hell are you saying no to 100,000? You take it and run. Not even question. This guy's got money. If he's a real estate guy in Arizona, he's got money. He's got the chance to go, what should I do? He's trying to be strategic with it versus he wants to win the most amount of money as possible. He's not looking to like pay his mortgage.
Well, no, he still thinks he's going to win. That's why he said no.
I don't know if he
still thinks he's going to win.
No, I think he's trying to shop.
Okay,
every round they go, his odds get better. It's more money. You get more money coming in. So, like, if OKC wins this series, right, and they're in the Western Conference Finals, and they're 8 wins away from winning the championship, that ticket becomes worth a lot more money.
Of course it does, but they lose the first game at home, and then it flips, and then it's, I mean,
J-Dow, Dave, did you say he's a real estate guy in Arizona, you said?
No one said he was a good real estate guy, LOL.
Oh. Okay, so we don't know who the guy is. I thought he's a real estate guy in Arizona.
The article said it was a real estate appraiser or something in Arizona. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's a real estate guy in Arizona. So he's got some money. He's got a job and a career.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's people that are on TV every day. You think they have money, they don't. There's people that work in sports that don't. I mean, you don't know anybody's personal business. I don't know what the guy has, what he doesn't.
I don't, but I think he's a guy who could potentially, if he was in dire straits and somebody offers you $100,000.
I don't know. Why does he have to be in dire straits? Maybe he just wants 100,000.
Just saying. Butchie said you can get $10 in the bank. That's dire straits. You got $10 in the bank, you're in trouble.
Well, I mean, that's an exaggeration, but he probably has less than more.
Then
or he has more and says this is gambling.
Yes.
I'm going to gamble.
I'm going to guess he's got more than less than $1.7 million. Yes, I'm going to guess that.
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody's different, Everybody's different. It's just there's no one way to do it. I mean,
I think he's holding out for the best offer. He wants as much money as possible. I think I think if we had him on the show, it'd be like, you really think the Thunder would win it all? If he says yes, then all right, let it ride. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if the Thunder get to the NBA Finals, I mean, the easy thing to do is to get as much as you possibly can and just bet the Celtics. And then sit back and enjoy the series.
I wonder who would give you. Would a bank give you a loan for that, do you think?
There's a lot of crazy things that are going on in this world, P-Rolt. I've been saying this for 10 years. I've had guys come to the book and go, I can win 500,000 on this if this hits. Well, go to B of A and show them the ticket and tell them that. Tell them you need a loan, 30-day loan. You'll have it paid back in 30 days. See what they'll give you. I mean, I don't know.
Huh. Well, we'll watch it, see what happens. Time for the Brigade Proxy Service NFL story today. The Brigade Proxy Service NFL story of the day. We made our first appointment yesterday for signups. Looking forward to seeing all you guys coming.
That was great.
Town. So we got that already booked. We are our first sign up. If you guys want to be a part of the Brigade Proxy Service, very easy. 2 ways of doing it. You can simply send a text message at 702-570-8255, or you can go to our website, thebvbshow.com, and fill out the form and say, hey guys, I'm coming into town this day, this time. I'm just going to say this, guys, because I know you ish time a lot in the summer, June, July, August. Just buckle up and get ready, because if we've got people in town that we got to sign up, we got to sign them up. We're on their schedule in a lot of ways. So the start time for the show could, this person wants to sign up at noon. They're pretty adamant. They're like, noon. I want to sign up at noon on this day.
Right.
Okay. So then the show's got to be moved. So we may do the show before that. We may be off the air at 11:30 Pacific time, 2:30 Eastern. Some days we start the show at 11:30 Eastern or Pacific time, 2:30 Eastern. So just be aware that in the summer, the show time, you may be watching it live, but you may be watching it at a different time just because of what is going to happen with the proxy service. So
right.
just a heads up on how it's going to go for us with that. But Netflix
probably should get a studio at one of these joints so we can be there doing a show and then sign people up and leave. Probably not a bad idea. Set up.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Anyways, could Netflix get both games on Christmas? You hate the streaming services. We have yet to see a Netflix game. The schedule is set to come out next week on the 15th of May.
Yep.
And the rumor from Boomer Esiason yesterday on WFAN in New York, he said, don't be surprised if Netflix has both games on Christmas.
Oh, Pap's going to be mad. He's going to be mad. He hates watching this stuff on the streaming.
No games on broadcast on Christmas. Nothing on cable, nothing on rabbit ears, only on Netflix.
We'll probably be watching It's a Wonderful Life over here then. On this
Not
side.
Football, with 2 games on football.
Maybe. I don't know. Do we need this?
Oh, I've always thought this is what Netflix is going to get. Netflix just did their first ever live show with Tom Brady. If that's not a very indication as to what they're doing with football, nothing is. I went, okay, here we go. Brady live stream, first live event on Netflix ever. Here comes football.
Ironically, you didn't watch it live.
Correct. I did not watch it live.
Neither did I.
You're right. But they did. And football is going to be part of Netflix wants to be involved in sports. They don't like that Amazon has got Thursday nights. They want their piece.
Oh, wow. There will be more eyes on Christmas NBA now. It's a good call by D. Weezy. I don't know. It's all too much. I mean, but it is what it is. If you want to watch it, you got to have it. If you don't have it, you'll get it. If you don't, you'll watch the highlights. The beautiful thing about living here, I can go 6 minutes down the road
to a book and watch it
and sit there and watch whatever I want to watch and leave whenever I want to watch, and I could get food and sit there. It's great.
Where's Thanksgiving again? Is Thanksgiving staying where it is, or is Thanksgiving going to be? Because Christmas
Thanksgiving is the same. 3 games.
Who has them though? Because Peacock, there's rumors that Peacock, the NBC night game, will be on Peacock.
Oh, well, I mean, the 2 networks, Fox will have a game and CBS will have a game on Thanksgiving. And then,
are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll find out next week. I don't know. This is
it's CBS, Fox, and NBC usually, but they're going to move the NBC game, the primetime game, to Peacock only?
Possible.
No chance.
What do you mean no chance? They put a playoff game on Peacock. Yes, they're going to do that.
It's one of the most highly watched, rated games of the season.
Yeah, and they'll make more money if they charge every viewer $8 to watch it. That's a much bigger deal. I would love to find out. Hopefully they release it. I would love to find out how many fans, how many new subscribers Netflix got off the Brady roast. I bet it's high. I bet it was high. And it's coming
sure
from the NFL.
Was, but again, it's not a sport.
Like Monday Night Raw is going on there next year.
Right.
Like Netflix is going to be all about it. I can't wait to see what happens with this.
Listen, there's someone else that'll pay.
Yep.
The networks.
Money. That's all I care about. Play. And that's what Boomer said. They're like, it's Florio today. Mike Florio wrote on ProFootballTalk.com. He was like, it is surprising to see that the networks would give up Christmas, but the NFL may have written all these rules, all the contracts to basically give them the rights to peel away and say, we have the right to dictate what we want. You thought you had the Christmas game. Sorry, you don't. We're giving it to the next highest bidder. If you want it, you can have it, but it's $1 billion. I mean, Netflix is going to pay a huge amount of money for these games.
I guess.
Huge amount of money.
That's fine. Just be careful what you wish for. Like, as it continues to get harder and harder to watch the games, you're left with what a lot of people are saying.
It's harder and harder for the older. It's not harder and harder for younger kids. It's harder.
They don't watch the game.
Well, maybe they will be inclined to watch the game more. We'll see. But it's not hard for a kid watching Netflix and watching a game on Netflix is nothing. That's easy.
No,
watch on their phone.
They don't watch the game though.
On their tablet. I don't know if that's necessarily entirely true.
They don't watch it. It's not an event. It's just another thing on their phone. Like, if you don't love the sport or you don't love watching the game, you're not going to watch it on your phone any more than you are on your TV in your house or at a book.
I know, but I know a lot of guys I know a lot of kids kids I teach who are in their 20s. They watch games like crazy. They don't just watch highlights. They do watch a lot of highlights, but they watch full games. they watch full football games on top of that. Like they want to watch it. And fine, LL, it's relevant for fantasy. Yes. It's relevant for prop betting. Yes. It's all relevant, but they are watching the games. Why they watch it, different story, but they are watching the games. So the difficulty to find games on streaming services is really a 45-year plus age group problem. It's not a 45.
Once you find it's not hard to find, but like they don't even stay with it. Kids don't watch the whole game. Just from watching what I see.
Anecdotal. It's anecdotal. I can't say whether that's true or not. It feels very anecdotal. They don't watch the whole game. I don't know. I don't know what the average person on cable watches a whole game. Like baseball sped their game up to 2.5 hours now because nobody was staying 3 hours plus to watch baseball. So like they knew people weren't watching it. The NFL, I don't think they really worry about it. I mean, they're the king, and they get to put the games wherever they want. They're gonna have millions of people watching
wherever they want, as long as someone will pay
and watch, and they do. I mean, people
they don't
watch.
Even care if they watch. If they pay, if somebody pays,
right,
that they don't even care if they watch.
But they won't pay again unless they watch, and
Correct.
they do. So, and they have, and people are going to watch. And so I'll be on Christmas Day. This will be a really interesting twist. If you cannot watch a game at all on Christmas except for streaming, the only place you can watch it is going to be. We'll find out on Monday. We'll find out on Wednesday on the 15th whether that's true or not. All right, tonight, Dallas OKC game 2. We're laying 5, 218.5. I don't know if these numbers have moved or not since the last time I did the rundown, but let's see. Nope, same. Down, it's the same. 5 at circa 218.
Yeah. Couple joints moved to 4.5.
I like the Thunder tonight.
No opinion, really. I would lean dog plus the points. And
I'm just comparing this to Minnesota Phoenix. It's just the same thing. I watched game 1, didn't bet it. I bet Minnesota game 2, 3, and 4. I watched OKC, didn't bet it. I bet OKC here. I'll bet OKC probably the rest of the series. Luka's banged up. He's really, he's hobbled. That sprained knee is significant. I just don't think he's going to have enough of an impact. Kyrie can go nuclear. I don't think they care. They have so many weapons. It's a home court environment, tough place to play. Mavericks lost by 22 points and didn't look good. They look worse than that.
Right.
So I'm just not going to go away from what I mean. You can bet the dog if you want, but until I see a healthy Luka, I can't buy him.
20-second timeout. We have to recognize our guy, Seabass, Sebastian Anthony. It's 6:17 a.m. Friday morning in Sydney, Australia. This is his roll call Friday.
What's up, man? That's great.
Thank you, Seabass.
Very cool.
Oh, man. This guy leaves a comment.
He does. He's active.
All the time. We can't thank you enough. The comments help. We need more comments. We'll try to answer them. Just come in and say you like the show. You didn't like the show. You didn't like my hat. You want a hat. Anything. Just go in there. We try to get 8 comments on a show. That's the number. 7.5. Well, so like for Thursday today, Seabass showed up. He'll probably leave a comment after the show. Let's try to get over 7.5 comments. Keep it clean, though, boys. Come on, keep it clean.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they've got those protections. Google's got those protections when you do that.
Gotta be protected.
I think David's coming to the show live next week. Oh, hi, David.
Hope to see you next week. What?
Hi, David. Hope to see you too.
In Chicago, that would be fantastic.
Hope to see you live as well in Chicago. That would be cool.
The best is when people show up and they're like, and you're like, do I know you? Oh, no, I'm David in the chat with the blue. Oh, okay. Like when Ciramello stopped me in Philly.
Yeah.
I'm like, Ciramello. Or no, it wasn't Ciramello. No, it was Prezzano.
Prezzano, yeah.
I know, Nikki, I want to meet you too. But Prezzano was like, yeah, I'm Eric. I watch the show every day, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, Prezzano from the chat. Oh! So David is just David in the chat. We're going to need a little more information if you show up in Chicago. You got to check with One Snap. One Snap Bonvie. We'll be checking in the guest stuff.
Too good. Cleveland, Boston tonight, 13.5.
But I mean, what are we talking about here?
I mean, this is a wild number.
This is an open and shut case.
Well, explain this to me though, because South Point's at 13.5, Circa's at 12.5.
Yeah.
A point difference in town? That's a little odd, no?
Well, South Point went to 13. So they're at 13.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. DraftKings 13.5.
12.5 at Circa. Yeah. So the Circa took a bet and somebody took the dog. good luck. That's, if we're sitting in a room, our room, or in with Circa, and oh, look at this. Caramello's coming in to sign up for the contest. That's perfect. That's great. Nikki's coming up from Arizona. Awesome. Can't wait to meet you and see you.
Seabass, this is what I talked about on the juice last night. This is the play I would make. This is the bet. I feel like I'm trying to split. Yeah, I don't think Cleveland's team total is 98.5. Okay.
So you're going completely reverse mode on Boston first half total under in the first half?
No. Boston 58 first half. I wanted to bet the under. Yeah, I wanted to bet Boston under 58.5. I wanted to. I haven't bet it.
They're getting 60 every game.
They are. I haven't touched it. They lost game 2 outright to Miami. I'm worried about
that.
Boston. Okay. I'm just saying I'm a little bit hesitant on why is it even money at 58.5. It's juiced to the under. The under for the game.
Number.
The under for the game is juiced. Okay. No one's at 57.5. Everyone's at 58.5. Even money, 58.5. If it's even money, where is the book that's gone to 58 or 57.5? No one's doing that. So I beat the book in game 1 because it was the wrong number. But in game 2, Boston just has done this. They've just had, they scored 40 points in the first quarter and 19 in the second quarter. Are they going to score 40 points in the first or second quarter tonight? I don't know. Just something is telling me to stay off of it. Something is like, you know what?
There you go. Well, then just listen to whatever that.
This is just a feel thing. I may be dead wrong, but it's just a feel thing for me. I'm like, man.
When you hear that voice in your head, what does it sound like?
Stop talking. That's what it sounds like. Stop talking. Like you know what you're supposed to do. Stop trying to justify it.
It doesn't sound like that nasally voice thing you do.
No, it's my voice. It's my voice saying.
Does it sound like your mother?
No, it just sounds like me going, stop. Like, listen to yourself. You know what you're supposed to do. You're trying to talk yourself into something. And talking yourself into a bet, more often than not, is a loser. So you don't feel confident enough to bet under 58.5, but you don't feel confident enough to bet over 58.5. The best power we have as gamblers is that we don't have to bet.
Right.
So don't. Just push the table away. Go bet 3 other things.
Right.
I think the game under is really possible. I think Cleveland team total under 98.5 is really possible.
Okay.
And Cleveland plus 13.5 is possible. This is the game Boston takes off. You saw it in the last round. It's just
I am so not interested in this game. It's unbelievable.
Who could be? Why would you be? This is a fourth quarter collapse Boston Celtics game. Boston will lead by 25 points the entire game, and then they'll wind up they'll be up 55-30 at the break. And then in the fourth quarter, it'll be it's all 90, it's all 98.5, and they're betting the over on Cleveland team total.
Well, don't you think they're going to play better? This is
how much
Cleveland.
Cleveland lost. They scored 95 points.
This is right. So they have to play better. No, this is
why isn't the over? It's 212.5. It's creeping up kind of. Opened at 212.5. It's 212.5.
Number's good. At this point, the number's good.
So
there ain't going to be much line movement.
Okay. So Boston's team total is 113 and their number is 98.5 or 99, right? The number is good. Which one goes over? Which team total is more likely? Because I think Cleveland under is more likely than Cleveland over.
Well, both under probably.
So then it's an under game.
Right.
And it's first half under and it's game under. It's all these things. I have said principal play 58-62. Bet the over. Boston at home. Done deal. Don't even think about it. Bet it. So my principal play says bet the over.
Right.
But again, there's something in my head that just says, wait.
Hold on, Matt. Don't do it yet.
Hold on. Before you buy that ticket, hold on a second.
Hold on.
That break. There's something up here. Look at the numbers. Look at the book. You beat them in game 1. They got some data now. Look out for game 2.
Yeah, I don't care about that game 2, against Miami. Just a coincidence. If it was game 3, it wouldn't matter. It's just to make that
game 3's in Cleveland, so it wouldn't matter.
I know, but Boston at home. If the game 3 collapse was in Cleveland or in Miami, or you would draw that comparison. Everything's different. It's coincidence. There's trends that sometimes hold true. Everything's different in this one. just because it's game 2? Does that mean I think you get a better effort from Cleveland?
Yes.
Does that help? Does that matter?
No.
It's a mismatch.
It is. But is it a mismatch to the point where Boston scores 40 points in a quarter? I don't know. I don't know. So if Boston's going to be, if Cleveland figures it out and they score 20, like I think Boston could score like 55 points in the first half.
Which would end up being a loser if you bet over.
Yep. So that's, that's
I can't believe you've completely gone the other way.
It's 30 and 25. I'm not going the other way.
Did Amanda say this?
No, I've talked myself into a pretzel last night on the juice. I did it live I did it on the juice. I've talked myself into a pretzel. I literally am twisted around.
You've done this before.
Yes, I've just talked myself. I have hypothetically talked myself into this bet into 15 different ways. And I just came down to the idea of like, I just don't know what to do. Like it just, bottom line is I just don't know what to do. So as of right now, I'm not touching the game as of today.
Right.
I'm not touching the game. Perfect. If you guys are live with us on YouTube or Twitter X, don't move. If you are watching on Sports Good TV or listening on Sirius XM, thank you for being here. You guys will get us with a roll call Friday. Tomorrow, the rest of you get bonus time. It sucks. I don't like it. I want to bet the game. I swear to God, I want to bet the game.
Good lesson. You don't have to bet.
I don't have to. I want to. It sucks.
It's hard.
So I have to be smart. I have to be, I'll watch the game. And if I'm right, I'll be like, you fuck. If I'm wrong, I'll be like, thank God. That's just how I'll be. It's one of the other, it's just, I'll be mad at myself either way. Like, I'll be like, whoo, that was close. Or I'm going to be like, yeah, I just stopped this dumb. You got in your own head, you stupid idiot. You had money on the table. You walked away, scared money, can't make money, all that stuff. So that's where I am. Hockey tonight, game 3, Rangers, Carolina.
I said it on cash considerations. I'll say it here. Carolina's winning this hockey game.
Agreed.
Carolina's winning.
Agreed.
They changed the goalies, apparently.
Yep, they did. Second string kids. No Anderson. Yep.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Over 5.5.
I would think so. Been right the first 2 games with this series being an over series. Yes. It just feels like this matchup is going to be one that's going to go that way more often than not. And then you look down the ice and this Igor dude is there. And you go, damn it. We got to get 3 past him, maybe 4 to get this over. Right? We got the only way we're winning and going over is we got to get 4. He was so good.
4-2 final. Open net. Okay. I think it's a real possibility. 3-2 open net, 4-2, 3-3 after regulation. The Rangers power play is the difference in the game. If Carolina keep on taking penalties, this game's going over. So it comes down to that.
The whole thing comes down to it.
Yeah.
And the series is over. If Carolina does not win today, the series is over. They're not winning 4 straight.
With 2 of them in New York. Yeah, with 2 of them in New York. No.
Yeah, no way.
What do you make of game 2 tonight? Colorado, Dallas. Same bet for me.
I think the correlation here is Dallas and under, Colorado and over. That's the side total correlation for me.
Okay.
I don't know who's going to win.
All Western Conference games from here on out. Over. They don't play any defense. I don't care who they are. They don't play defense. They score a ton of goals. Colorado is different. It's like watching the Rangers. It's just different. You watch them move the puck. You watch them score. You watch McKinnon. You watch McCarr. You're like, that's different. That's different. They can score quick, and then all of a sudden it's 3-0, and it's look out. Oh, Frank Vogel got fired by the Suns. There you go. Bye-bye, Frank.
Oh, wow.
Thank you. Bye-bye. 7-5 Colorado, Sebastian.
Holy
wow.
crap. Seabass. Whoa.
Not sure it's 7-5, but, I think Carolina scores a power play goal tonight.
Give the hockey guys another poll. They voted after game 1 who wins the series at 60-40 Vancouver. Pretty good. I figured that to be 60 one way or the other or less.
Right.
So I'm glad about that. Dallas or Colorado, who wins tonight? I think as you posted, I'll vote. But which way do you think this comes as far as side?
Colorado.
Really?
Yep.
They win both games on the road?
No, I think people are going to think that after watching the game and watching the difference. Your eye test tells you that the Stars are in trouble.
We got a lot of guys and girls that watch the hockey that vote. I think we're going to get more Dallas votes in here. I voted Dallas, but I like over too.
Yeah,
but again, the correlation makes perfect sense to me. If you like Dallas, Otter has to be the best player on the ice tonight. He has got to win this game. They blew a 3-0 lead at home. They have to, if they get a 2-goal lead again, it's locked down. Don't go in a penalty box. Anything you can do to stay out of penalty box. You can't give Colorado an inch. And on this show, we fight for that inch. Sometimes a couple inches. I mean, more inches, the better.
We're in bonus time.
Very big. Yeah, right. We can say whatever the fuck we want now. I love the bonus time. But no, this is going head-to-head with the Royals game against the Angels. No disrespect to the Royals or the Angels, but I'll be watching hockey.
Hockey, yeah.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
This one. I don't want to say the winner of this game wins the series. It's that important, though. It's that important. Frozen?
Interesting. No. I'm just looking at. I'm looking at something because something last night was really curious at Circa. I'm just seeing if anybody else is at 6 for the hockey.
Oh, for tonight?
Yeah, and Circa, according to my odds screen, Circa is still the only one at 6.
6, yeah.
Everybody else is at 6.5.
Yeah, we put it at 6. Let them bet over. Lay the quarter.
Over. Jeff is taking a position though. That's interesting.
Well, no, that's Dallas, and that's under. That's what that says. He's trying to find a bet. He's the lowest in the market right now on Dallas.
He didn't move. It's same. I thought for sure that number would move.
To what?
Shocked. No one's coming 6. Everyone's 6.5. The country's at 6.5, but Circa, they're at 6.
Yeah.
Still.
That's
offshore, onshore. U.S., global.
It's not the greatest side to like push and over. I would rather do the push and under.
It's awesome push potential with 6 though.
Yeah. No, so you go lay a quarter and then you take under, somewhere else, but you got to lay. The price is the same. You're laying a quarter. That's no bargain.
Butchie's at 6. Okay.
There you go.
I don't know. I like 6. I like over. And at worst, I think we're getting a push out of it on it. Time for bet it or book it. All right. Better to book it. We've gone over a lot of these kind of already here on better to book it, but over 5.5 Carolina and the Rangers.
Over bet. Yes.
Over 6, laying -125 on Colorado Dallas.
I think this. If Dallas wins, I think it goes under, and I'm leaning Dallas, so I'll go under. Book it.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of goals scored tonight. I think Western Conference, Dallas could win a high-scoring game. Dallas was up 3-1, and they blew it. So, I mean, I think or 3-0, they will get 4 straight goals. The Avalanche are never out of it, and if Colorado gets, I think if they get down, I mean, Georgiev is the key to the bet. I need Georgiev to be kind of a sieve tonight and give up a bunch of goals.
Thank you, Nikki. That was a sneeze. I figured out how to hit the mute button so I don't sneeze in everybody's ear.
Beautiful. So. And then I like OKC -5 tonight.
Become a real professional at this, by the way. I'm hitting the mute button when cough or sneeze.
You have?
Oh yeah.
It's good.
I've learned a lot.
Good.
I've learned a lot from you.
Welcome. It's good.
OKC -5. I will say, and I don't like it. This is uncomfortable. This is not an uncomfortable lay.
Not uncomfortable.
I'm saying book it.
Okay.
It's uncomfortable for me because Dallas could be done. Toast, caca, burnt, shit, all of it. I think they keep this very close tonight.
Okay. Favorite thing about today is what?
Hold on. I got a better to book it for you.
All right.
Kansas City Royals money line. It's -110.
Bet it.
You like the Royals too? Me, you, and JC from KC.
Angels suck.
Rangers suck.
That's just no Trout, bad team. Royals are good. No thanks. Give me the Royals.
All the sharp guys are on the Angels.
That's fine. Let them roll. That's good.
Let them bet it.
They all were on the under last
night.
Come
on in.
They were all in the Knicks game too on the under too. How'd that work out?
Let's go Kansas City. We need Walker to get through the first couple innings. His last start, not good.
Yeah.
Gave up like 7.
It's Michael Walker. What do you want?
Walker.
Although they said that I was talking about him, but basically they said that there was it was his first start after injury, right? That was his first start off the IL?
No, he pitched good a couple times before that.
Oh, okay.
3.80 ERA. Now he's like a 5-something.
Oh, yikes. Not great.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is our initial votes here? Dallas. Wow. Dallas 70-30. Holy crap.
Good. That's perfect.
Bunch of number of votes.
Love it.
Would you say favorite thing about today?
What is yours?
Favorite thing about today, I got a couple. Just a quick review from yesterday. The Vancouver comeback. I tried to say it yesterday during my favorite thing about today was to soak up all of this, what's going on in the sports world right now. I hope if you stayed up late back east or you were up with us out west before you watched us on replay on Sports Grid or go to the YouTube channel and watch it or download, you were watching the hockey.
Yeah.
Awesome. Silly ending for Bruins getting smoked, but that was a message. And, for people new to the game, why do they do that? It just has to be done. There's no real other explanation. But then the Vancouver game down 4-1, comeback, score, first home game in almost a decade. Just an electric scene. So that's my one favorite thing about today was last night. Today, softball's on all day. Oh. Kylie's in New Jersey, done with her season, but getting ready for finals or whatever she's got, closing papers, whatever, like it's the final, like professors, you have to submit it by this time and we'll grade it later and whatever. So what is she doing? Texting me back and forth all morning with softball game updates.
Nice.
And it is so much fun to get these texts and share and all this other stuff. It's on all day. There's tournaments. It's fantastic. If you're not watching it, pay attention to it. And then my last favorite thing about today was that I went to the follow-up appointment with Jess yesterday, post-surgery, and everything was looking good. Doc said, "Did you explain this to her?" And I said, "Yeah." She was out of it when she came out of the surgery, and I told her everything you just said. And I looked right at my wife, and I said, "But she's the doctor, and you believe her. I could play a doctor on TV if I had to." I said everything that happened, I summed up exactly because I was listening to the doctor when she told me. But everything is good, and the title fight is still on. The title fight is still on. We're training. We're hitting the road. I got to go to Chicago with P-Roll and meet all you guys. So a couple days, I might eat bad. I ain't drinking. I'm going to try not to get too crazy. But the title fight is still on for now. We'll see. Favorite thing about it?
I have two. The first is we talked about the fight with Pasternak and Matthew Tkachuk. Pasta after the game said, "I'm not afraid of him, to be honest," talking about Tkachuk. "I could take a punch and I do anything for these guys here." I love it when the best player for the Boston Bruins
Give me some of that.
Says, "I'm not afraid of him. He's their biggest guy. I don't care. Let's go fight." It sends an awesome message to the Bruins locker room, dressing room. I think it's tremendous. I loved. He lost. He lost the fight. Tkachuk beat his
ass kicked.
Who cares? Doesn't matter. Does not matter at all. Wait, Dave, what are we talking about? Play the proxy stinger when you walk into the room for the title fight?
She don't want to hear that stinger.
That's horrific. What are we doing?
I got a mixtape for that.
That's horrific. Bees in 5. I don't know, Chef Benny. Bees in anything. Bees in 7. I don't care. Just beat the fucking Panthers. That's all I care about. Just beat the fucking team.
Ain't going 5.
No. I would be in love with it.
And there's going to be pieces of people taken out.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be an absolute war. And then the last thing is I missed it yesterday, and I apologize. My friend in Alabama, his son, Kevin Walker, who played basketball at UCLA, his son, Simon, turned 18. Ooh. I was at his wedding, now his ex-wife, but I have been watching Simon for a long time. I finally met him for the first time here in Vegas when he was playing with the AAU team last year. He's one of the top players in the state of Alabama. I think he's a top 5 recruit. He's getting recruited by every big SEC school. And Simon Walker, you can look him up. The kid's 6'5". His dad's 6'11". He's 6'5", so he may keep growing. I don't think he's done. But right now he's a guard, and he can ball. He can absolutely play. So he turned 18 yesterday, so I meant to say happy birthday. It's kind of wild when your friends are having kids who are 18. That's crazy to me.
Well, that's the other favorite thing about today is that while you were getting things, ready on your end today for the show, I got in the chat and was communicating with the guys and the girls in the chat before the show started. We have a bunch of people watching the show that are having graduations.
Yep.
From different parts of the country.
Sure.
College, high school,
nothing like
officer school, all this other stuff.
Graduation's nothing like it. It's such a unique thing.
It is such a different thing. And for those of you that experienced as a parent, it's different than when you're graduated.
I was a mess at kindergarten graduation. I can only imagine when I'm going to be at like high school graduation.
Oh, it hits you in a different place.
Yep.
It hits you in a different place. Cause that's where it's like, okay, now the grown-up stuff happens.
Yeah.
The high school graduation, the grade school, the kindergarten, the middle school, it's all different.
Yeah.
Because there's something else, there's nothing else. There's always something else, but there's no more school sometimes. High school graduation. It's go get a job, go to college, start figuring it out. And that's, it's scary as a parent, and it's exciting for the kids though. And the kids know, they definitely know.
Oh, wow. Chef Benny said, my God, made the news into a bomb threat. The clip was me walking the stage. At least it's memorable. Dang. Man.
Chef B probably strutted across the stage. He probably did a little moonwalk or something.
Yeah, it was the one kind of bummer thing about UMass. We didn't walk.
You did not?
Too big. Stand up. College of Communication. Congratulations. You've graduated. Too big.
Really?
Yeah. We're all in the football stadium. There was like 7 different colleges. All just stood up, and it was too many kids. It was probably, I don't know, 20. I don't know. It was a school at the time. UMass was what? 25, 30,000. So we all just stood up. I didn't walk. It was like the one kind of bummer thing. I was like, damn, I didn't walk.
I just looked out of the chat. 1-star Gorov. I was drunk and high the entire day I graduated college. Kids, listen, don't be like 1-star.
Was I high? I was definitely drinking. I was drunk. I definitely was drunk. Was I high? Definitely was drunk. I don't know if I was high though. I can't remember if I was high. I think if it was as relevant and easy to get it today, like I haven't eaten edible in a long time, but I'm going to Justin Timberlake, and I can't tomorrow night. I cannot be sober going to Timberlake, and like I don't like drinking all that much because I'm driving. So like I'm 100% going to be high tomorrow night at Timberlake. It is 100% going to happen. I know like 7 of his songs. That's about it. So the 8:30, I think.
Do you need me to ride you down there and pick you up?
No, we're fine. No. We're fine.
That way you don't have to drive.
No, I'll eat it then. I'll eat when I get there, and I'll kick in during the show, and then we'll go gamble and go.
It's going to be a great show.
Is it?
It's going to be a great show.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't have to know the song. It's better you don't know the songs.
I know most of them. Like I looked at the set list, and I was like, I know a lot of them. Like I don't know if I'm going to like them live. That's the only question. He supposedly is an incredible entertainer. Like the best.
The show I've heard is Michael nothing Jackson. But tremendous.
Yeah. Amanda sent me her review. She was like from his Vancouver. So it's what they said, like one of the best shows in Vancouver ever. I don't know. Yeah. Edison, Edibles and JT. Why not? Right. It seems like a match made in heaven to me.
It's going to be great.
My
college graduation was at Penn State, and they did it. The school communication was one of the most intimate things.
That's cool.
I ever did. And
I wish mine was.
Editor-in-chief of GQ magazine at the time went to Penn State.
Oh.
He was the speaker, and he was fantastic.
I wish mine was something that mine was awful. Mine was like, I think I had the lieutenant governor of Massachusetts, I think was mine. It was so boring.
Oh, our speaker, he was excellent. He was brief, but he was good. And I didn't realize it at the time, the day until after, and all my friends that were there, watching or whatever. pulled me aside and said, "You should have seen your mom and dad. They were crying."
That's awesome.
And I was like, "Really?" Because they made it like it wasn't a big deal, but it was such a big deal to them.
That's pretty good.
There it is. Going to be going bye. You're absolutely. You'll be. Yeah. You might come on Roll Call Friday tomorrow with a little JT. I might have to dial up a little JT for you for that. That's a good idea.
You're on saying it was there. Yeah. Yeah, Eric, we'll get to it tomorrow. We just decided to talk about it tomorrow. The Shohei interpreter case is crazy. It just keeps on unraveling.
Oh, God.
We want to let it going because it is rattling the strip and some friends of ours and stuff. So we're trying to figure out what and when and how to say what's going on. So this is not
like there was some sentencing yesterday.
This hits a little close to home. We'll just say that it's a little bit of a situation where we're normally it's be a story. We'd be all over it. We do a Tawny watch. We talk about it. We'll do it tomorrow.
Yep.
But we're letting it kind of settle for a little bit to see exactly what the hell's about to go down.
Yeah.
Because it's not great as to what's going on with that story.
No.
So
there's a lot of question marks. You know what? There's not question marks though for is that MC Hammer was a lyrical genius. This is it for a winner.
Can we
dance to this and you're going to get thinner. Now move, slide your rump.
Wow, that's just
amazing. For a minute.
Look at
Let's
that
all do the bump.
Genius.
Bump,
Fuck.
Bump,
yeah,
bump.
Look out.
Yeah, you can't touch this.
Albert Einstein, move over. You got nothing on him. Look out. Lyrical genius.
Could Albert write music?
I don't know. He maybe could. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein. It's a genius. Roll Call Friday tomorrow, boys and girls. Thank you for being here. I'm going to be out late tonight. So just FYI, I have no idea my state for tomorrow. So
no idea of your condition.
I got drinks at my favorite place tonight at 10:30. So we're starting late. So who knows what the hell's going to be going on tomorrow. So if I'm banged up, I'm banged up. Just FYI, I may be a little under the weather tomorrow, depending on.
I mean, is that a date or you?
Oh, it's a date, but it's the laundry. Ever gone to the laundry room?
No, but I'll be there tonight at 10:30.
You can't get in. You have to make reservations like weeks in advance. It's my favorite place in Vegas.
Oh,
it's only 12 people can sit in the entire bar.
I ain't coming there.
Oh, it's so fun. It's a legit speakeasy. You can't talk. You have to talk quietly. You can't even talk loudly. It's way too bougie for you. You won't like it. It's got that feel to it.
Whisper to each other.
And they have no alcohol or any mixer pre-1925. You can't order anything else. You tell them 3 flavors you like, and they make you drinks for you. Whiskey, texture, and or like what type of drink do you want, and then do you want ice straight up, whatever, and then sour.
How do you talk for a living? Like you're like a recluse. You like all these like strange weird things. Like you don't like to even talk to people outside of talking to that damn microphone. You don't want to be around nobody. You want to be around no crowds. And you talk on TV and radio for a living.
I tell the kids all the time.
So
I tell the kids all the time. The light goes on and something changes.
It sounds like it sucks.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's my favorite bar in Vegas. It's 100%. Look at the laundry room. If you're coming to Vegas, you got to make a reservation like 2 weeks in advance. But the laundry room in Vegas, I'm used to be the
door, and I'm saying I got to talk to those two.
It used to be the laundry room for the El Cortez. That's what I call the laundry room. It was the El Cortez's laundry room. It's an actual laundry room that's flipped. It's a real speakeasy, not like some of these bougie bullshit. It's a real speakeasy. Prohibition, 1925 speakeasy. It's my favorite place in Vegas. 2 drink minimum, though. They make you buy 2 drinks.
Yeah, because they're done. People, you got to buy 2 because people get there and they're like, what?
So good. I can't wait. I can't wait. So who knows? Tomorrow could be an interesting scene. Dave, Matt, Roll Call Friday tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing all you. Ross Randall, you're right. Me and you. You come to Vegas, laundry room on me. Let's go. We'll go have a drink.
Go Canes.
Dave and Matt back tomorrow on BBB.
Go Canes.